Sure. So it really started with a minor I did in development economics during my bachelor's, coupled with my first work experience at an economic public sector consultancy for energy, environment, and climate change. And really wanted to combine those two things. And that's why I chose the Environment and Development Masters at the Geography and Environment Department at LSE. And it's really had an outsized impact on my career as my current job neatly fits into the name of the degree, Environment and Development. I work for the International Partnerships Directorate-General here at the European Commission, working on environmental issues. And the degree has really also given me the topical skills to navigate the job, talking about, of course, scientific background on climate change, but also environmental economics, political ecology. They all come in really handy when dealing with my day-to-day job for both policymaking and project management. And it was also fantastic, of course, to have the Grantham Institute close, still follow a lot of what the Grantham Institute is producing. And also the international setting at LSE in general, it really prepares you for your work in an international setting, like I find at my current job, both internally and then working with external stakeholders. And then I'd say that the one thing for me personally that I take away from the degree is to really focus on the human element in my work, to really put rights, livelihoods, and dignity at the very front of how I engage in the specific issues that I face in my job. That's a very good question. And I think a lot of it is, of course, related to the topical skills for a specific role, and that's very context specific. So I would say one essential skill for me at the work I'm currently doing is connecting. And that can be spelled out through three different ways. One is to connect yourself to the news in general, but also on your topic, where this enables you to really remain dynamic and adaptable in your everyday work. And the way I would really advise for you to do it is to build an efficient system for staying up to date. And here you can really also use AI to optimize, find your way to efficiently stay in the loop about developments in the world and in your topic. And if you're working in a public sector organization like the one I'm working at, it's really helping you to design fit for purpose policy and operational projects. So really putting this focus on identifying trends from this exercise. The second thing is connecting to relevant stakeholders and colleagues. Really, this is to ensure efficiency and effectiveness in everything that you do and in all the projects that you're potentially developing together. And there, I really recommend to reach out with purpose whenever you're reaching out. Don't just set up a meeting because you're interested to get in touch with someone. Really find those things that could also interest them to meet with you. And when you set up those meetings with purpose, then you can move much quicker towards a common denominator that will enable you to work effectively on a project together. And then a third factor of connecting is really of connecting information in a logical, fast and strategic way in your everyday work. And there, I think it's all about systems, it's all about habits, it's all about creating efficiencies. What's helped for me is to have systems in place that help me to repeat knowledge I've taken in over the last couple of days, and purposefully also connected to things that I already know. And in that way, they really come together and solidify themselves in the way that, in the information systems that I use, because you're going to be under a lot of pressure to make connections fast and to come up with solutions fast. So overall, connecting in the various forms that I've explained is a skill that I think is essential for this kind of job. Certainly everyone I've met along the way at LSE, but I think having access to some of the world's most prolific politicians, sharing their ideas, interacting with them, some of them, Nobel Peace Prize winners, it's only really solidified my wish to work in the public sector, to work in government. And apart from that, also, going into conversation with top-notch academics in the public policy space, it was a fantastic opportunity. And it's really motivated me to take that step afterwards. And comparing that also to the stories I hear from colleagues, the LSE offer really is second to none. And I advise all students while they're at LSE to take advantage of that, to visit all the public lectures they can, and to really take advantage of listening to some of the amazing people that the LSE manages to invite every year.